Hey, welcome. It's back in play in the LA area. I hope you guys are doing okay wherever you might be. I think it's 2026 everywhere in the world right now. That we know of. Who knows? It might be a different calendar in a different country. So, but I guess was this the Georgian calendar? Yeah, so 2026. It's a hot milk tea. Let's go. Pipe it hot. Yeah, it's raining. It's raining. It's gonna rain. I thought it was gonna stop today. After today I thought it was gonna stop. It's just gonna stop for another four. There's four more days of rain. I looked at the weather report and I was like, what? I might do a walk around. We'll see. I'll see if we could do a walk around today. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's gonna be raining most of today. So I didn't want to walk at night. Not out here. Not in Japan. It's okay, But LA, the US, not always the best thing, You know what I'm saying? No matter where you are. Hope everyone's doing okay. I'll take the jacket off. Yeah. I was watching Lito last night. Lito Bit of Japan. Lito, Lito of Japan. One of the friends of the channel. You can probably check out. I think his channel is still on. If you look at my page, one of the channels. So last night, Lito he was on a tear last night. He's in Hiroshima. He was in Hiroshima. I think it was probably maybe his last night or whatever in Hiroshima. So I guess for him and his wife Chika, they were at the game center, and it looked like a Taito station. So he was just grabbing that. It was crazy. It was kind of funny. He got this big grab bag, this big grab box. It took a while, and I think it was 200 yen for each pop. He finally got it out. His wife was doing the noodle one or something like that on the next one over, and she was having difficulty. So because it was it's like you lift it up, and then there's a rubber ball, and you sort of bounce it, the tracks, and it's supposed to pop into the bin, but there's no barrier between their two machines. So it's really fun. After he got the box out, he kind of try it out. So she bounced it. It went to the side, and usually it went out the hole for his machine. So they got that was pretty funny, man. That was I tell you, a viral video. That was really a good. That was so funny. It's like that was crazy. But he was getting I think he had two Jujutsu Kaisen. I think one was a little bit heavier than the other. Two Jujutsu Kaisen figures. He was doing a lot of food. What else did he do? Oh yeah, he got some cocoa curry spoons. He got two, I think like copper cocoa curry spoons. They're like cocoa ichiban curry. So they're I think they're branded. So they're legitimate cocoa ichiban curry spoons. So it's when you, I guess since the war times or something like that, the spoon, you'd stick your spoon in water or something like that, get it ready, and then when you just eat your curry with just one spoon. So curry was introduced, I think, by the British, so curry was introduced early, but curry was, I think, modified for their ROU, or ROUX was modified for the Japanese taste. Can you guys hear me? Audio video test 1, 2, 3. Audio video test 1, 2, 3. Anyone out there? I see some people on YouTube and Twitch. Um, welcome to Happy New Year to this side of 2026 in the LA area. Oh, I didn't change the glasses yet. Sorry. I mean, I have them at home, but I have a bunch of pairs. This is just really convenient because it also is it's the photo gray, photo sun kind of thing. It changes. But today it doesn't matter because it's raining. It's a rainy day, so I could have worn any pair, but just grab the first one by the bedstand. Yeah, I was just taking care of business today. Well, you know, I was looking at some of the credit cards. I was like, how come I do this? It's like doesn't count. And then I'm also gonna after this I'm gonna go check out someplace for some home improvement stuff. So yeah, I found out on New Year's at our get together that there was a nice place up there that has like all the like they're saying like Costco cast offs, I mean, or whatever. Like you know how Costco they buy so much. Always wonder where all that stuff goes that they can't sell. I mean, it's still good. I mean, I was thinking probably not perishables like food, but other stuff. So like furnishings and stuff like that. So this might be it. I'm thinking that's what's rumored. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's true. Anyway, the rain is coming down. I can see the rain coming down outside. You could take a look real quick. So the rain's coming. Oh, can you see the rain? The rain's coming down there. Yeah, the rain's coming down. I mean, it's not a hard rain, but it's consistent. It is kind of. I guess it is. It's getting harder now. Oops, it is getting harder now. I just realized that. You see the raindrops just coming down. It's pretty consistent. Poor guy over there is like trudging down there. Yeah, I was thinking about going down to the Rose Parade kind of stuff, but yeah, in the old days you could go see the floats for free, but now it's like money. I mean, I don't even know how much money it is now. Let's take a look. Let's take a look real quick. Let's see. What is it? Oh, there it is. Road Parade Float Fest. Oh, tickets. Let's see how much tickets are. $26.50. That probably is not including fees. Additional fees may occur. Dude, $26.50 just to get in to watch, and now it's raining. It's been raining the whole time, so piping hot. Got my food. Okay, let's take a look. Here goes by. This thing's piping hot. It's like steaming. I don't know if you can see it. Cat focused. But it's like steam like crazy. Oh, I can see the steam now. See, it's just like steaming. The rice is steaming too. Let me get a pic real quick. Alright, let's go back. Spider-Man. Nick Carey, how you doing? Hmm? The audio's... Oh, wait a minute, hang on. Let's see here. Test 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Because I'm using these right now. Test 1, 2, 3. You can't hear me? Test 1. Oh, wait a minute, hang on. Don't tell me. No, that's it. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? So I've been talking for nothing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, hang on. Then I'll pop off the audio then. 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? No one said anything. That's weird. No, but before, the first 10 minutes, first 11 minutes, was there any audio the first 11 minutes? Was there any audio for the first 11 minutes? So I tested the phone, make sure the audio is up. So anyway, the float fest is $26.50 a pop. Hey, drop right on the other side, Trish. So you have a float fest. $26.50 for tickets, just to watch the floats. I mean, at the park. It used to be free. But I guess if you're coming from across the country, you know. Usually at Victory Park, Pasadena High School. I don't know when it got monetized, you know. I think like 20 years ago it was still free. I love another five. Okay. The people behind me left. They don't want to poke their faces in there. Yeah, it's still raining though. I mean, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day didn't rain that much. I thought it was going to be. It rained a little bit on the parade, the Rose Bowl. It didn't rain at all. But the last 2 days, it's been raining consistently. I think more today than yesterday. Yesterday was like. Like I said, I don't know if you guys heard me, but it's gonna rain for the next 4 days. Hey, Dachi, how you doing? So, not like Japan. I'm not gonna walk it. Probably not gonna walk outside in the rain, which I usually do in Japan. I think I was discussing with some of my friends on New Year's when I was over at a friend's house. We gather like every New Year's. I haven't gotten a couple years though. We have a potluck and some games and watch the football games. You know, the bowl games. They're all from my church high school group from like senior year. Yeah, we've been meeting together for a very long time. Pretty cool. So one of the things that came up was like, I'm taking the metro. Like, what? It's like saying to me, I asked him, how come you guys don't try it, you know? Like, I'd be taking your life in your hands, you know? So my contemporaries, not an option. I must say that I've kind of been a little bit regular. But, you know, I understand safety-wise. This isn't bad instances to see that. I think we haven't used public transportation since we really needed to. Regular, like back in high school, you know, stuff like that. In LA, I've been using I've been using public transportation since elementary school. I remember going to school on the bus in the 4th grade. I'm using RTD or a rapid transit, or what's the metro now. I think at the same time, I used to go on the RTD, the metro, from LA, kind of like West LA, to Chinatown on the bus. I'd have to transfer in downtown. I remember sometimes what happened, I'd fall asleep. I mean, as a kid, fall asleep. People fall asleep on the bus. I would pass. It would pass. It was going to East LA, so I'd pass my stop. So I was like, I might have to go backtrack. Sometimes I get, Chinese school was after regular school. And then sometime in the summertime, we would go earlier, because it was earlier in the summer. I mean, I remember a stop sometimes in, I did that too in junior high and high school too, that I went to Chinese school sometimes. I remember we passed by, it's in Chinatown over there, by Alpine, across from Alpine Recreation Center. My Chinese school used to go. And it was an experience. I mean, it was pretty crazy. But it was a good experience. Learning Chinese language. Well, I guess at that time it was like Cantonese, but not the Cantonese I did at home. So it was Cantonese. Right. And then I went to a smaller, went to like a family association later on sometimes, in addition maybe, for Saturday school. I used to go to another one. It was for Mandarin, and that was pretty interesting because I had to learn the po po mo po, de tenele. It's just like in Japan, they have the a I U E O kakiku keiko, very similar to the phonetic alphabet. I guess alphabet is the equivalent, but it's just the tones. From one. The bass tones, La a I U E O kakeku keko sasetsu seso. That's in Japanese. And in Mandarin, it's bopomofo de tenele. So basically, very similar constructs. I think this is like maybe the pinyin method of teaching Mandarin. Because Mandarin and Cantonese are two dialects of the Chinese language. I mean, it's the same Chinese language, like the written language, but it's, two different pronunciations or readings of it. So that was the old days Chinese school. So that was kind of funny, like last week or something like that. Remember I was walking through Chinatown, I zipped it up though, but I met one of these girls that was from a Chinese school. That was so funny. Well, it's her and her sister. So the ratio at that school, I think I was like maybe the only guy, and there was like 6 girls. Yeah. In theory. But what happened, I think, is in an effort to standardize. China's always been trying to get rid of dialects or cultures, separate ones. So, to a certain degree, to standardize, which is for any country. Look at America, look at UK, look at any kind of colonizing European country or even Japan. Remember I told you my my girlfriend's grandparents, they were in Taiwan, and they're like grandparents, whatever, something like that. Right now they're pretty old. Like, but when they went to school in Taiwan, that's when it was a colony or something like that of Japan, so or territory, and they had to they learned Japanese. So when they lived with me, I was able to communicate with them in broken Japanese, because my Mandarin was bad, because they're from Taiwan, so because they didn't speak English, or this English is very, very poor. So probably Korea was the same thing. You know, I think, remember in the U.S. the Indian schools, things like that. In other countries they tried to project. So Japan was doing the same thing at that time. And if you didn't know, in the Pacific War, or World War II, for Japan, um, Japan had Taiwanese and Koreans in their armies. They were drafted. I mean, that's just they've had to fight. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like another captured part of Japan, like their empire. Those people were recruited to their army. You know what I'm saying? So then maybe a little bit more, because like I'm listening to a history of Japan podcast. This and recently they were been covering the Pacific War. It was very interesting. The podcast. I mean, also a history of Japan podcast. I was listening to that before. Also, but I have these two overlapping. They're interesting. I think the same thing happened with Hokkaido, or the what do you call it? The people up there, the native people, the Aboriginal people in Hokkaido. Let's see. What were they called again? What was it? What they called? What were they called again? The Ainu people in Japan, they had their own language, their own culture. However, when Japan finally got to them, they probably either killed them or eradicated them. So to this day, there's no. I think they said there's no native Ainu person or something, or very few, not cold-blooded. But also that the language is almost dead. I mean, there's maybe one or two, they barely know it or something like that, or someone learned it, they passed it down. So losing that part of the culture, because another lost language, just like what Latin's like a lost language. Thank you for the coffee reminder. I'll go on Twitch. Still get the program. There's so many things I gotta do. I mean, I still gotta. I think in the middle, or right around after Korea, I stopped editing a bunch of. I made the edits. I don't know if you guys have seen the edited. Not a lot of traffic on the 4K videos that I don't know if you guys have watched it. I did the Enoshima, the line over there. So no one. I don't think too many people watched that. I also did the one of the markets over there in Korea. No one watched it. It did a 4K, did a premiere, but a very low viewership. Yeah, check out the 4K video that I have. There's a whole section of 4K videos. If you have a 4K TV or device, it looked pretty good. So yeah, be sure to check that out. Just doing a little ad for my channel. I have some fireworks ones too, but they're 4K, so I didn't, of course, doing live streams, unless you have specialty software, you're not going to be able to, I won't be able to do 4K on here. For the live streams are just native HD 1080. Of course, depending on the stream health, both on this side transmitting and both on the other side receiving. So hopefully you can take, I'll probably have to do some more, Since I'm not walking, I'll probably release a couple more premieres, probably tonight and tomorrow. So be sure to watch, because it's going to be raining for the next 4 days, so I might as well do some premieres. So I hope you guys come back for some premieres of the 4K. I'll probably do it around this time, around lunchtime-ish, It's a pretty good time. Don't want to interrupt any of the live streamers from Asia, because that's is right now a good time? It's around now a good time or just before? I know other streamers have, a timetable. I mean, maybe I should do that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Me, it's just pretty much ad hoc. I just willy-nilly. Theoretically, I'm supposed to maybe do less and do a specific time every week. Something like that. Then, it'll do better for my growth of my channel, theoretically. Yeah, I know. Theoretically, I should do a Discord. So I'll have to, I think come Monday I'll probably be, maybe tomorrow or Monday I'll probably do some editing of some of the 4K videos I shot from the trip. I've been watching, I'm spending a lot of time on YouTube. I was watching a bunch of K-pop stuff, a lot of strategic kind of videos. I think some of them are AI generated, So you got to be really careful about what nowadays. And then I've seen some posts on Instagram or Facebook, and then they talk about this little sad story or little known fact, and then it finds out it's AI. totally not real. Pretty crazy, huh? So this generation has to be even more vigilant. Because, hearts and minds, sometimes hearts and minds will just get, you know. And then the press, which is, well, this press is the press. I mean, if you ever look at history, you've ever heard of yellow journalism? Yellow journalism has been around for a very long time. At least the last couple hundred or more years. Basically, yellow journalism is basically to sell papers, sensationalism, or maybe even making up news, and that had happened in the past. Sometimes even newsreels. Back in the old days, some of the newsreels people watched in movie theaters for their news were made up. Sometimes news couldn't go out to certain places, so they have mock-ups or studios or something like that. So they had the news, maybe from teletype or something like that, but they didn't have any live footage or live feed. So they got actors to portray this kind of stuff. And they sell it off on their newsreels as, the real thing. The news has never been sanctimonious. I mean, it's been the last 50 odd years. Like certain newscasters had been, deified and stuff like that. So, and then with the recent last 20 years, you have the infotainment, which is some news programs are not actually news, but more entertainment. So so they weren't beholden to the same journalistic integrity. So I remember we had journalism class. Have the five things. What you want to just tell the who, what, why, when, where, something like that. So those 5 things. That was pretty much it. I mean, I remember for our journalists, we had to write bylines and stuff like that. I think it was for a student newspaper. So bylines, you had to do all the, that was it. Just the facts. But through journalism, that sometimes people spin in their own thing. But you're looking for the 5 situations, 5 things, and that's theoretically the news. So, and then, over the times you had different, okay, look, if you had the Spanish flu, remember the Spanish flu? It didn't, people relegated the Spanish flu because Spain was the only one that had free press in Europe at the time. So they were the one broadcasting it. The thing is, every other country had the flu. The thing is, all those other countries didn't allow dissemination of this information. So the only one that disseminated this information on the press was Spain. So therefore they were called, the Spanish flu. By virtue of they reported it. No one else did. So that's even though it was all across the world. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's about right. They'll have pieces that'll give you what's good, like entertainment, whatever and stuff like that, and then they don't have splashes about stuff that's going on somewhere else, whether it's bad or even maybe a vacation place where everyone goes on vacation. thinking about this for a while. For the British, where would they go on vacation? They would go to France, stuff like that. Maybe they'd go. If you look at some of the early travel logs, things like that. And that's where people would go for vacation. I mean, there's just or maybe we're going to Cairo. Some of the colonies or something like that. Egypt was a colony kind of. So everyone ended up with a colony. If you ever know, let's see, what is it called? The Quartet. There was a book written in the same story, written from 4 different perspectives, and it was set in Egypt or something like that, along the Nile. So in those days, everyone ended up, if you anyone who knew anyone, you'd end up seeing them there, because that was a vacation spot. Another place might have been Shanghai. I think that happened to me. One year, I think in the 2000s, maybe around before 2010, all my friends, or everyone was either going to, coming back from, or planning to go to Shanghai. So I ended up going to Shanghai for a number of summers there, and my girlfriend was there too, so that kind of helped. So I would meet up with friends, things like that, or I just missed you, you going to Shanghai. And then another time is Tokyo, like this last time is Tokyo now. So remember this last year, I met up with people I hadn't seen in 20 years. You're out in Tokyo, Hey, I mean, I know them from here, but you end up seeing them there, So I'm serious. So, it's the common psyche of, again, Tokyo, Japan is. It's hot. It's the vacation spot, so everyone's going. And then I found out last year that a bunch of my friends went on a cruise. They went on a Japanese cruise. I was like, what? No one told me, man. No one told me. It's all my year, and I found out this last New Year's. One of the guys I know that was kind of my bestie in high school, him and his wife are now travel agents, so they're the ones that set it up. They didn't tell me. So yeah, it's okay. Yeah, but I haven't used a travel agent in a while nowadays. So yeah, my sister, she's always reminding me on cruises. So, but I've never gone yet. So we'll see. I mean, then I asked them the question because I heard that rumors that some of the cruises, because cruises usually it's double occupancy. You have to have 2 people per cabin, right, or per whatever room. And if you don't, you have to pay for both. If you're one person, you have to pay for 2. It's a penalty, maybe even a little more. It's just one person occupying one room. I asked him, hey, I heard, on the news somewhere that they're doing away with that, so just one person can get a room. So he told me some people, it's not widespread, it's just some people or some lines are now doing that promotionally, because there is a population of people that just vacation by themselves, but not widespread. So yeah. So that was pretty interesting. So cruising, my sister came back from the cruise. So I don't know, and then. Yeah, what are you going to do? But I guess there's a lot to do on a cruise. I mean, my sister's been cruising since they got married, and her husband. So, I mean, still never got on a cruise yet. Well, see, okay, my first time actually to Japan, this is what I did. This is back in the 90s, in the mid 90s when I went. My girlfriend was there, so the net was very sporadic. It was new. So what I had is, I had a Lonely Planet for Japan, so I read that thing cover to cover. I was teaching, so I had time to read, read it cover to cover, so what I needed to read. and so it was imperfect. But then at that time, they had something called the Thorn Tree. So Lonely Planet knew the web was there, so they had the book, and then they had an accompanying thing called the Thorn Tree. The Thorn Tree was people that had already, asked questions, and they've been there. The Lonely Planet was basically for travelers and backpackers. Yeah, you gotta really be careful. My friend did it too. She's a Chinese lady, young lady, and yeah, she went all over by herself. But dangerous. She also went to rural areas in China by herself too. I was like kind of scared for her, But she's a, yeah. But India, you gotta be really careful. That's all I gotta say, especially for female, any female. I mean, you and I both know, all the crazy stories that come out. That's the same thing probably in China and some of the more rural areas of China. Females aren't looked upon as the highest. I mean, it's not like the West to a certain degree. Even in the West, there's crazy stuff that happens depending on the local culture. But yeah, glad she had an epic time. I mean, yeah. When I heard these things, yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's not my. India, I know people, say they go like the Taj Mahal. I heard the Taj Mahal is like just overly tourist now. Maybe before that's like one of the 7 wonders of the world. But we'll see. I mean, I'll make my way around and stuff like that. Oh, nice. That's nice. Well, at least, But I think now the climate is changing and stuff like that with all the political turmoil and you know how it goes. Oh man, it's like, oh dude, check it out. I don't know if you can see it. It's definitely raining a lot now. It's coming down. Well, thanks. I mean, that's the thing actually in Shanghai. That's the thing I wanted to do. I mean, I did my girlfriend was there, so you would get you get a maid. There's a maid like a maid agency. You go pick your maid. So I went with one of my friends who was there, not my girlfriend. Stayed at another friend's house. So we went around the corner to the maid. There's people just sitting on this in a room, just sitting down. So you just pick your maid. So she picked her maid. It's luck of the draw. I mean, I think I told you guys one time the girlfriend, she had a maid and she had a bad maid. Apparently she got drunk and then threw up all over her nice designer leather jacket. Yeah, that was mostly what the not a live-in maid, but not 9 years. Dang, what's up? So yeah, I used to go visit anyway. So I mean, sometimes you have a good maid, and then what I think what my girlfriend had was she'd go to work because she didn't have enough time to do stuff because she had I think I told you she had like what is it? It's basically she's a technology person, the executive. So she had to, she was really busy. So she had a maid. So came in, cleaned, and then got some food, cooked it for her, like a main dish. She'd tell her what main dish she want, and then some vegetables. And it'd be ready for her on the table, or the refrigerator, ready for her to eat every day. stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. My other friend, she had another maid. I mean, she sometimes got a maid, a couple of maids before people came over, like her parents came back or boyfriend came back. So she'd have everything cleaned up. You know, she didn't do that. But it was dirt cheap back in those days. That was like just before 2010. So it was this is at that time was what eight renminbi, 8 renminbi for $1 at that time. I think it's less now. I think it's like maybe 5. I'm not sure, but I think Hong Kong has artificially adjusted it. So Hong Kong is still maybe 7 or 8. Last time I checked, 7 or 8 Hong Kong dollars to one US dollar. But it used to be parity. It used to be 1 Hong Kong dollar and 1 renminbi, stuff like, or 100 renminbi. I can't remember. Was it? I think. Was it 8? Yeah, I think it was 8. Yeah, 8 renminbi. At that time, 8 or 7.9 renminbi to 1 US dollar back in those days. But now, let's see. Let me see how much. Let me see how much it is now. Let's see. What? Dude, it went up like crazy. So one US dollar is 6.99 renminbi. I swear it used to be a lot. Well, it used to be 7. Dude, let me do 5 years ago. See, yeah, 5 years ago, 6.5. The max, let's see, max. So that back in the old days, that was 8. That was 8 renminbi. And that was 10 years ago. It still was at 8. I think then what happened was then they released it. They released it, so the renminbi became more. Let's see, went all the way down to 6 renminbi to 1 US dollar. Because if it's 6 renminbi to 1 US dollar, then it's more expensive kind of to get products. So yeah, it's like in the old days, back in the 2000s, it was like around 8 it's straight 8 renminbi. So, you know, that's why in those days, it forced trade or exports in the Chinese direction. Would you want to, and that's what killed all the factories here. What would you want to do? You want to spend 8 to 1, things like that. So that's why a lot of the companies moved all the manufacturing out like 20 odd years ago or more to China, you know, because, you know, back in the 70s, they had open door policy with Nixon and Kissinger, and then it started to evolve that they had more development. I think then by the 90s or the 2000s, then you had even some of the Japanese companies, things like that, moving all of their manufacturing base over to China, maybe the Shenzhen or other places like. But now, you know, I think the mood and stuff like that, a lot of even the Germans or the Europeans are now moving things out of China. So, you know, not knowing where the next one base might be, like Malaysia, Vietnam, things like that. Before it was Hong Kong, it was Japan, it was Korea for labor, you know, for manufacturing. You remember that? I mean, all the SIM. I remember 1 year RAM, because all the SIM chips were made in Japan and in Korea. I remember that was back in the 90s, and there was a fire. There was a fire at one RAM plant or epoxy or something like that made almost, and then the price of RAM, because I used to go to the computer marketplace, used to buy RAM, you know, at the, you know, those shows, computer shows. You know, the RAM price just went crazy. The same thing happened, I think, back in the 90s, playing badminton. So you use feather birds. So I think 1 year there was like bird flu. So they killed everyone, you know, all the birds. So the price of birds or birdies for badminton, before it had been like $12 for 12 birds, or, you know, shuttlecocks. The next day or next week, it was over $32 for the same tube of shuttlecocks. It was nuts. And that was back then. So I think now it's settled down, but that was nuts. I mean, you really couldn't play. You had to maybe get up to maybe go to because there was Yonex and there was other brands. So I was always using the other brand because Yonex was too expensive. But at that time, after that, because all of the feathers were coming out from China, no matter what. Whoa. Yeah, it's actually each company has a profile. So even plastic and feather, they have a certain flight profile, of how the actual flight. So it's it's quality control, I guess, because companies that don't have good quality control, it will vary greatly from shuttlecock to shuttlecock. But more developed companies that have the process down, because even though you have quality control, I mean, I don't know if it was done by machine, but in the old days, it was basically a person. It was a person doing it. And there's videos online, even at that time, that is showing you a person making a shuttlecock. I mean, maybe the last 20 years or 30 years. You can look on YouTube, there's like some people creating a shuttlecock, and they're sticking, but they're experts. They're sticking the feathers into the shuttlecock. And it's a certain way you got to do it, to create this uniformity of the shuttlecock. So that was like, but the thing is, if this happened here in the West, couldn't do it because the economy was, just the economy scale. Oh, I just heard on a YouTube just like a couple of days ago, the biggest, cheese processing or milk processing plant in California has just left this left. They told them a year ago, and they left to Texas. So now the economy for Miller, California, for all the cheese, and why is this important? Because they supply they were the biggest in the world at processing cheese for pizza, for mozzarella, something like that, or whatever it was. And now they opened last year they opened $1 billion plant over in Texas, and was it Lubbock or something like that, East Lubbock. But yeah, I just saw them. I was just before I came. I was like, what is this? Because it's going to basically devastate the entire infrastructure. And there's been other previous food processing plants that have left California, so that's kind of bad. Whose channel? We're talking about, believe yourself. I'll try to check it out. I mean, I can't guarantee anything. But thanks a lot. No, don't do that with my eggs. Just eat them natural. Anyway, guys, I'm going to probably head out to the store. It's in the rain. I don't want to, but looks like a good deal. I mean, I'm probably going to try to get some bidets. We'll see. There's some Totos. I mean, I'll have to figure that out. Please remember to hydrate. Milk cheese, God. Anyway, guys, still some people in here, but we're okay. Just got my rice to. Thanks a lot for coming by today. I think I'm like a hermit now, man. Just realized it. I'm a digital hermit. But thank you guys for coming by and sharing some time with me. You guys take care. You have a good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you might be. Have a happy 2026, and you guys stay safe no matter where you are. All right, guys. Take care.